This is Wednesday lunchtime. Welcome back. The Fair Trade, Independent Tobacco Association and government again facing off in the High Court in Pretoria today. The association appealing the dismissal of its case against government's decision to ban the sale of tobacco products. Judgment has been reserved. Tracking that story for us is eNCA reporter Heidi Giokos. Good afternoon to you, Heidi. What then was the basis for this appeal?
So we do understand that FETA is continuing to push forward to show that the decision taken by COGTA Minister Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, as well as the President, to put a ban in place of the sale of tobacco products during the lockdown is irrational. They are saying that the economic impact due to this lockdown, due to this ban on the sale of tobacco products is very, very intense. They are saying that these companies are losing billions of rands, jobs are at stake, and they are saying not only that, but the psychological impact that smokers have due to the fact that cigarettes have been taken away from them. They're also saying that when the Pretoria High Court basically agreed with the Minister and the President when they dismissed their initial application, they erred in their judgment because they are saying that there is no proper conclusive evidence that suggests that if a smoker does contract COVID-19, they will be putting significant strain on the healthcare system. FETA's argument is that because there is inconclusive evidence, because there is no proper evidence to suggest that tobacco is not a necessity, perhaps a different court will come up with a different conclusion and might see that government's decision was indeed irrational. So FETA is basically arguing that they need a different court to see why they see that the ban is indeed irrational, and there is no proper evidence to support government's decision, especially because government initially said they will be lifting the ban and backtracked on the basis of public submissions that were submitted in April to say that it was about 2,000 people that indicated that the ban should remain in place. So FETA is not backing down. They are arguing, they are asking the same bench of judges to consider an application for leave to appeal at the Supreme Court of Appeal.
It really is a battle between almost two intractable or two immovable forces, health versus money, as you've pointed out, because government will remain resolute that if you smoke, the chances of you dying during this COVID time are greater.
Exactly, and government is indeed resolute. In their answering affidavit in court today, they are basically saying that even though there is inconclusive evidence, the evidence that does exist or the scientific research that does exist does suggest that if a smoker were to contract COVID-19, they would put significant strain on the healthcare system, on the already strained healthcare system in South Africa. They are also saying that even though they do understand that there is a massive economic loss here, and jobs are at stake, they would rather try and save as many lives as possible. And on that basis, they are saying that there should be no leave to appeal granted by these three judges. And they're also indicating that the illicit trade economy is it might be booming because they are not people can't buy tobacco legally, but they are saying that that has always existed and that is not an issue that should be raised in this application. And they are saying, given the fact that there are so many cases currently in South Africa, they don't want to take a chance and say, well, because of inconclusive research by the World Health Organization, let's rather take a risk. They are saying we will not take a risk, and they are asking the court not to consider FETA's application for leave to appeal. But, Jeremy, it's imperative to highlight the economic impact thereof. I just quickly want to read something that was in one of the court papers. Gold leaf tobacco in excise declaration between April and May 2019. They declared 437 million in excise declaration, including 60 million in VAT. That was in a 2-month period of last year. And that is, of course, not being collected this year because they haven't been able to sell tobacco between April and now. They're also saying operating losses, and this is just one tobacco company, is 801,000 per day that the company is losing because they are unable to sell tobacco products in South Africa.
Judgment in that case has been reserved. Heidi Giokos, thank you very much.